I'm going to teach you what is happening in these real words so that you understand what every grapheme is doing and saying, and then you're going to say it without me. Read it without me. So let me share my screen. All right, so here comes the first one. We have this is our word, and if you know how to read it, great. However, you might not know why it is spelled the way it is. So a lot of the words that I'm going to be sharing with you, you might be able to read in 1 second. If you can read a word in 1 second, it's called a sight word. You can read it by sight without having to decode its parts or its sounds. That's okay. That's great that you can read it as a sight word. However, just because you can read a word doesn't mean you know why it is spelled the way it is. And it doesn't mean that you would be able to apply those reading patterns in another word. So we are breaking down each of these difficult words so that you know why it is spelled the way it is, so that you can apply those same reading patterns to the next word, to all the other words. I'm teaching you how to read, not how to read words. Okay, so what's happening here is well, first of all, this A is making its short sound because of the tap 2 rule. There are 2 consonants after it. This C is making its soft sound because there's an E, I, or Y after it right there. This ER is just saying You don't even hear the E. AI is a grapheme or a vowel team that says A. It follows the tap 2 rule. This A is saying A, it's long sound, because there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots right there. So I'm going to give you a second to pencil read this word. It is helpful, my friends, if you write down the words as I write them so that you can have a pen and you can go through and pencil read the word, making sure that you grab every single sound. So, by the way, this is only going to get 1 dot because it's only 1 sound. They blend together. So go for it. Okay. So the sounds are a, s, t, a, n. Blending them together. Ascertain. Ascertain. How did you do on that one? A Y for yes, you got it, or an A for almost? Or an N for not even close. Let's just be honest. But hopefully they're all Y's or A's for ascertain. Not even close. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, Joseph. I think that you got closer than you probably think you did. Ascertain. Yeah. Ascertain. When you can break it up into its sounds, then it's easier to read. Ascertain means to discover something. Okay, next word. At the very end of class, I'm going to bring all of these back up again and have you read them as a review. Next word, go ahead and write this down with me so that you can pencil read it when we're done. All right, so what's happening here is this O is, well, the C is going to make its regular hard sound and say k because there's not an E, I, or Y after it. O right here is going to say ah because of the tap 2 rule. There are 2 consonants after it. Same with this E, it says it's short sound because of the tap 2 rule. Same with this E, it says it's short sound because of the tap 2 rule, 2 consonants after it. And then here's that SC again. The C is making it soft sound because there's an E after it. So it's going to sound like an S. These 2 letters make 1 sound. So go ahead and pencil read this word. Make sure that these two E's sound like like elephant, exit, elbow. And then your jaw is dropped on the ah. So our sounds are k, ah, n, d, s, n, d. Blending those sounds. Condescend. 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 Condescend means to patronize. If you're condescending to somebody, it's kind of patronizing, right? Condescend. How was that one? Did you get it? Y or A? April, I heard that it was National Dyslexia Day. What? How did I not know that? Oh man. I'm going to have to celebrate that somehow. Okay, Y or A if you got condescend. All right, good. We're getting about 75% Y's and 25% A's. And A is almost, A is good. That means you got almost all the sounds right. And we read by sound. So if you're learning how to read sounds, that is progress right there. Next. Go ahead and write that down and let me explain it. So this C is making its hard sound again. It's regular sound. O is going to say its long sound because there's a vowel in the next one or two spots. This I is something that you need to be aware of. When I is toward the end of a multi-syllable word, or somewhere in the middle even, it doesn't even have to be toward the end, if it has a vowel after it, it is very likely going to change to the long E sound and say E. So when I is in the middle toward the end of a multi-syllable word and there's a vowel after it, that I is probably going to change to the long E sound and say E. OUS is a common suffix that says us. You don't hear the O. The U sounds like it's a short vowel sound. So go ahead and pencil read this word. So the sounds are k, o, p, e, s. Copious, copious, copious. Did we do copious in the last class? I think we did. Means a lot of, right? A lot of something. If we did it in Monday, then hopefully it was easier for you today. I'm going to put down the first three words and just have you review just the first three. See if you can read these. Okay, what do we have here? We have ascertain, condescend, and copious, ascertain, condescend, copious. Now, would you please put a type the word fine if my pacing is fine, or put slow down if I'm going too fast, please, in the Q&A. Okay. All right, more words. Here we go. I wanted to give you this one. So this is now in your modules. You can download and print this if you want to follow along with me. It's in there somewhere. I think it's in, yeah, it's in October's. Yeah, October through December. So it's the word list. But I'm going to throw this one in here. It's not on the list. All right, what do we have here? We have a hard C that says K, same sound as the K. But notice they couldn't put a C right here to spell the K sound because there's an E right there. If that was a C, it would have said, I almost said the word, it would have made it soft sound. So you have to put a K if you want the K sound before an E, I, or Y. This A is going to say ah. Let me talk to you about A and K. A and K is a unit that says ank. Ank. So this A is long, as in sank, tank, plank. That A says A. When you see A and K, it's a unit. It says ank. This ER is also a type of unit. Units are usually 3 letters though. That says You don't hear the E. And here's that suffix us again. You don't hear the O. The U is short. So try reading this word. Okay. Kind of a long one, so I'll give you a few more seconds here. So we have k, a, n, t, a, n, k, s. Blending those sounds together. Cantankerous. 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 Have you heard of that word? It means irritable. If somebody is cantankerous, they're irritable. Y or A for cantankerous? Yes, you got it without me, or A, you almost did. For cantankerous. Okay. About the same split, about a 25-75. Next, we have this one. Okay, we have a short A, because of the tap 2 rule. Here we have an I in the middle syllable. So we have 4 vowels that aren't touching. That means it's at least a 3-syllable word. It's 4 because there are 4 vowels that don't touch. When you have at least a 3-syllable word or longer, and there is an I in the middle, look, there's 2 of them here. These 2 I's qualify for being in the middle because this one has a vowel before it and after it that don't touch it. Same with this one. It also has a vowel before it and after it that don't touch it. So they are both in the middle. And when I is in the middle syllable, it gets to say I, regardless of if there are 2 consonants after it or not. It breaks the tap 2 rule when it's in the middle syllable. So not the middle of a word. So like if you have this, I says it anyway, but this is the middle of a word. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the middle syllable. This is a syllable, this is a syllable, this is a syllable, and this is a syllable. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 syllables in that word. So if it's in the middle syllable, it gets to say I. Y at the end of a multi-syllable word usually says E. And then this C is making the soft sound because there's an E, I, or Y after it. Don't you love all these little rules that are making words make sense? So go ahead and try to read this word. Fatima, you answer your question, why the long A in cantankerous? It's just because this is a unit. Units break typical phonetic patterns. Same like I and K, ing. These are units that break typical phonetic patterns. So that A is going to say A. Same with A and G. It still says A. Okay, so the sounds we have p, l, a, s, t, I, s, I, t, E. I'm going to go one sound at a time because this one is a little bit of a tongue twister. So we have pull, pla, plas, plast, plasti, plastis, plastici, plasticit, plasticity, plasticity. Look at this. I want to show you this. This is its syllables divided up. When you have a 4-syllable word like this, usually the third syllable from the end is accented. That means this part is said stronger. That's why it's plasticity. Plasticity. It's kind of a tongue twister because of these two S's. Plasticity. You have to get those in the right spot, right? Plasticity means like flexible. Our minds have plasticity. Plasticity. Y or A on plasticity? Yes, you got it, or A almost? Good. Look at that exclamation point, Joe. I love that. Great. Okay, so now we're going to do a bit of a review. We're going to start from the beginning. I'm just going to write the word down and have you review the reading of it. So we have go ahead. What's that one? Ascertain. Ascertain. Go ahead. So we have condescend. Condescend. Ascertain. Condescend. Copious. Copious. Ascertain. Condescend. Copious. So we have cantankerous. Cantankerous. Accents right here. Cantankerous. Was that the last one? No. Oh, I skipped one. I'll do that one next time. Don't forget to accent right here. So we have plasticity. Plasticity. Ascertain. Condescend. Copious. Cantankerous. Plasticity. How are you feeling? Give me one word in the Q&A on how you're feeling after learning about these words. I have mastered the syllable division due to you. Aw, that's good to hear. Thank you for sharing that, Yolanda. Super duper. Wow, Blair, that's awesome. I love that. Okay, we got some goods, some greats, some goods. If you're not feeling so good, I want to hear from you too. Nobody sees this but me. So I know how to adapt and adjust things so that everybody feels successful. Oh, that's great news, my friends. Isn't that fun to learn the why of words? You're going to know so much about words that you're going to be everybody's favorite person at parties because you'll be able to tell them why words are spelled the way they are. All right, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.